Have you ever
right
been on
way.
a blind date and as you were about to meet the person, you noticed you had a huge stain on your shirt? Your LinkedIn profile is a first impression, and you don't want stains to give a bad first impression. I've had hiring managers reject candidates because of this, and it's an easy fix.
Hey guys, so let's look into mistakes that you can do on LinkedIn. The original video today is called Ex-Google Recruiter Reveals 6 LinkedIn Mistakes Keeping You in Your Job. You probably do this. And this is from Farah Sharagi. And yeah, let's take a look. Let's see what she's talking about. And if this is something that can also help us.
Your job and you're looking on LinkedIn and you're not getting any of the results that you've wanted because LinkedIn is overwhelming, then it's
That's
because
true.
you're probably making the same mistakes that 90% of people on LinkedIn are making that are actually
Yeah, it's overwhelming. There are a lot of things that you can do on your profile, but also there are a lot of other people on LinkedIn, right? So you need to stand out somehow, some way.
stopping recruiters from seeing their profiles in search. You might be asking yourself, why is that?
Why?
Many people make mistakes that keep their profiles from showing up in search. So
Okay, so it's again, this is about search optimization, right? It's about most likely putting in the right keywords, putting in the right information.
in this video, I'll share with you what those mistakes are so you can avoid them and level up your LinkedIn profile. By the end of this video, you'll know how to avoid these mistakes and have recruiters reach out to you for job offers. Now imagine you were trying to Google yourself and you couldn't use your name. How would you find yourself?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, actually. How could you find yourself? Well, LinkedIn has some indexing, right? If you Google yourself and you're on LinkedIn, then if your LinkedIn profile is strong, then you will find yourself. I think with me, LinkedIn is one of the first actually results, but that's a problem.
You might start with your location. In my case, I live in San Francisco, California. Then maybe narrow it down to where I've worked and what I do for work. So in this case, I would type in Director of Human Resources and Recruiting at Dill Mill. Now that would be enough to find me, but that's really specific information.
Yeah.
What about if I was still working at Google? I'd type in my title, company, and then type in some more words to narrow down what I do. Back then, I hired for Google X, also known as the Moonshot Factory. And
We quickly try this. Let's open an incognito window here. Okay, look here. Here, me, images. A few. And then here's my YouTube, here's my LinkedIn, right? So you can see, and here's Learn Data Engineering. And this is someone else. But here's, again, Learn Data Engineering. So LinkedIn is very important to find yourself here, right? So keep this in mind. Search optimization.
I hired hardware reliability engineers. So this process that I just did is what a lot of recruiters do when they're searching for candidates on LinkedIn. Words matter. And if you want visibility on LinkedIn, then you have to include the right search terms so that recruiters can find you. Keywords help define the skills that you have and who you are as a professional. So if you want people to find you, they need to be in your profile. The more keywords that you include, the more likely a recruiter will be able to find you. To do that,
I think I need to do that as well. I don't have that many keywords in my profile. That's actually a good idea. So take a look at that.
make sure you're adding the keywords about the technologies, tools, and skills that you have to the About, Experience, and Skills sections of your LinkedIn profile. If you want to go the extra mile, you can upload your resume to your LinkedIn page, which can help you show up for those same keywords if they're in your resume.
But make sure that you not put in your email or your phone number and so on, right? And remove your address. Right? Sometimes I see people actually put out their email, their complete address, their phone number when they upload the CV on their profile. So make sure you don't do that.
To do this, head to Settings and Privacy, then go to Data Privacy. Scroll down until you see Job Seeking Preferences. Select Job Application Settings. Here you can upload your resume. But how can you leverage your experiences to truly stand out? Lesson number 2. Think of your LinkedIn profile like a billboard on a busy highway, and the recruiter is driving by. You've got to make sure that you can make an impression really fast, and it better be one heck of an impression. When a recruiter is looking at your LinkedIn profile, you need to give them a good reason to stop and read your profile. Recruiters.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. A lot of people have like kind of boring LinkedIn profiles. Have a good tagline and so on, have a good image, have maybe a banner on top. I think all these are important topics.
Want to see what you can do. They want to know what you've accomplished in the past and how you can help them achieve their goals. Highlighting the impact of your actions showcases your skills and your potential. Your past performance is a sign and a signal to your potential future results and how you can help them achieve their goals. Instead of just listing out your job duties, focus on the results that you've also achieved. For example, instead of saying managed a team of 10 employees, say led a team of 10 employees to increase sales by 15%. Here's
if you know the numbers, right? But these kind of result-driven approach, I think that's also important for when you create your CV, right? So it's also important for CV building. Keep this in mind. I think that's a good point.
some other examples on how to focus on results. Developed and implemented marketing campaigns that resulted in a 25% increase in website traffic. Saved the company $10,000 by implementing a new cost-saving measure. By focusing on your achievements, you turn your profile into a success story that recruiters want to read. Lesson number 3.
Nice.
LinkedIn.
This is good advice, actually. This is really good advice. So you can take that out of your CV, basically, right? You already need to do this for your CV, so
Is like a work party that is hopping and popping and doesn't stop. But you have to be engaged in order to make meaningful connections. Now remember, LinkedIn is the world's largest professional networking platform. One of the best ways to use LinkedIn is to join groups so you can connect with people who can help you with your next opportunity.
That's actually no longer really a case. LinkedIn groups, nobody really cares about LinkedIn groups. I feel like I know nobody who's in a group. Yes, there are large groups, but when you look at what these groups are posting, it's usually boring. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you are in a group. Maybe I'm going to check them out again, but it's even difficult to find them here on the LinkedIn user interface. So, I think it's way more important that you actually react to other people's posts, that you comment on other people's posts, that you also post your own ideas, your own thoughts there. I think that is more important nowadays than groups.
Join relevant groups. Go to the Groups tab on LinkedIn. Search for groups that are relevant to your interests and industry. Join groups that you're interested in and that have a good number of members. Join in discussions and share your knowledge. Another great way to build your network.
One sec. So let's just look at a group here. Group artificial intelligence and look at big data and analytics. These are all large groups. So how many people are in there? There are a lot of people in there, but 7 hours here, post. 2 comments on this. Okay, that actually has comments. 7, 53, 38, 43. Okay, so people in this group, people are actually posting. Interesting. So maybe I'm wrong here. I can't be wrong sometimes. Let's look in this. Big data analytics. 20 minutes. This group here. Nobody really cares. There's not one like here. 10 hours ago. So maybe it also depends on the group that you're in, right? Because in this, nothing's happening here. Let's look at another group here. let's look at data science. Groups. That's where we're currently in. Data Science Central. There's also a larger one. And there's not a lot is happening here as well. Right. So you need to be aware of which group you join. This one is really good. We looked at Data Science Central. A few comments are here. Yeah. So let's say it depends. It depends on which group. So you need to look at the groups that are actually highly or have high interaction.
Work on LinkedIn is to attend live events. Now, once you've joined an event, you can view the list of attendees and reach out to people who you're interested in connecting with. Now, when you do reach out to someone, make it a personalized message and explain why you want to connect with them. It's important to be strategic when you're adding people to your network because the posts that you see in your LinkedIn feed will come from people in your network. So you want to make sure that you're adding people who are interesting and relevant to you. By being strategic with your connections, you can turn LinkedIn into a powerful tool that you can use throughout your career. Lesson number 4, think of your LinkedIn profile.
Well, that was creating connection. I think it's a good idea to look at who's joining the live sessions, but more also, I think nowadays LinkedIn is really good at suggesting content to you. So at least follow these people and start commenting under their posts and send connection requests. Yes, makes sense. Also do use a personalized message. I think the interaction is still way more important.
As your personal storefront. It's the first thing that people see about you when they come to visit your profile. First impressions can have a big impact on your professional opportunities. And LinkedIn is a magnet for opportunities. It can help you connect to potential employers, clients, or partners. It can also help you get noticed by people who are interested in your line of work and your expertise. Yep. Your LinkedIn behavior represents your professional brand, so be respectful. Stay out of controversies. This doesn't mean you can't have discussions about controversial topics, but it does mean that you have to be respectful of other people's opinions, even if you disagree with them. Because
you should disagree with people if they're talking stupid stuff, right? But I think what she's saying really here, and I really like this, is being respectful. And this is something that I don't like on other platforms. They are very, sometimes very rude and very on the nose. And why would you do this? This is in a business environment, when you work within a company, you would not do this, and treat LinkedIn this way. And that's what I really like with LinkedIn, is that, there are people that are actually interested more into the topics and more into conversation than name calling and so on. And a lot of politics also not. But nevertheless, talking about a controversial topic here and there can also help.
Anything that you respond to or post on LinkedIn can be seen by recruiters and hiring managers, and they do take a look at your most recent activity to see if you're somebody that they would want to work with. So
if they at least get to your profile, right? And if you're not sorted out immediately. But yeah, I think
respectful. Have you ever been on a blind date and as you were about to meet the person, you noticed you had a huge stain on your shirt? Your LinkedIn profile is a first impression, and you don't want stains to give a bad first impression. I've had hiring managers reject candidates because of this, and it's an easy fix. Here's an easy way to fix typos. Copy and paste your text and enter it into a tool like OpenAI or Gemini. From there, use the following prompt. Correct any typos and grammatical errors in the following text. After you've fixed any errors, copy and paste the corrected text back into your LinkedIn profile. But of course, I'm not going to leave you without a...
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Nowadays, it's getting easier and easier. And especially if you're not native in English, you can then always ask it, can you make it this good English, right? Translate this into good English and keep what I want to say, but try and make this good English. I've used this multiple times. It's really a good idea to have ChatGPT go over it, not change it too much, but try to correct also the grammatical errors that you might do as a non-native English speaker.
Bonus tip, your next job may be one recruiter message away, but they may not be able to message you because you didn't let them. Here's how to make sure that you're open to receiving messages from recruiters on LinkedIn. Go to your LinkedIn profile and click on the settings gear in the top right corner. Click on privacy and then who can reach you. Under invitations to connect, select everyone on LinkedIn. Under invitations from your network, select the events you want your network to invite you to. Under messages, make sure that message requests and in-mail messages are turned on. Keep your communication channels open to maximize your opportunities. Once you've turned these on, recruiters and hiring managers can actually message you. Now, if you need...
That's a really good point, because you want to have it very easy for them to get in touch with you, right? So that's important, yeah.
Need help writing your resume? Check out this next video where I go in depth on how to write a resume.
All right. I think that was a really cool video. Really good tips here. Go through them. Yeah, look at your profile. Try to optimize your profile. I think the topic with the skills, actually, that needs to be added. And at the end, of course, this who can answer me or who can write to me. That's this way. That I think is a very important topic that you need to activate. Otherwise, most likely they will not reach you. And yeah. Work on this, work with ChatGPT on this to optimize it if you're not a native speaker of English. And yeah, but I still think like one of the main things is you need to also share your ideas, not just have a static profile. People need to see that you're active, that you're interacting with other people, and like understand how you think and what topics interest you. So keep that in mind. Cool video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, the original video, of course, is in the description of this. And yeah, go over there. Let's just quickly here give this a like and a subscribe, and then see you in the next video. Bye, guys.